Hi, I'm Stacy. Hello, I'm Regina.
Hi, I'm Tasha.
Today I want to talk about a key to effective prayer. Today I want to talk about how prayer is critical, yet so misunderstood. According to the Bible, the key to effective prayer is humility. You must humble yourself and take out all the pride that stands between you and God. I will talk about some personal issues I've had with pride and what the Bible says about humility and a prideful nature. I have always dealt with pride. When I was a high school student in my first year of college, I let pride stand in my way in many of the decisions that I made throughout those years. You see, pride separates us from God, and we do not ask for God's guidance through many of the decisions we do as kids. And so a lot of it has affected my life during those times and affected my family. I also went through military training, and in military training, we learn more pride, but it's a different type of pride. I learned pride of my country, proud of myself, and proud to be a United States Airman. But it also taught me a little more about myself, and I started really to get a me attitude, which affected my family. I went through divorce because of my attitude. I lost my kids on a full time basis because of my attitude, and a lot of my decisions financially were my attitude, which have affected me still today. In James 4:6, it says, "But he gives me more grace. Therefore, he says, God resists the proud, but gives grace to the humble." God resists the proud. You know, our first sin was all about pride. It's what started it all. It was pride that brought Lucifer down and started the vicious cycle of rebellion and sin. You see, God hates pride. Why does God hate pride? Because pride is sin. In Proverbs 65, it says, "Everyone who is arrogant in heart is an abomination of the Lord. Be assured he will not go unpunished." You see, a person cannot even approach God in pride. God will not receive such a person. To be proudful, you are saying that you are God-like. Humility is a prerequisite to grace. Salvation requires humility. In Ephesians 2:8-9, "For by grace you are saved through faith, and this not of your own doing, it is the gift of God, lest any man should boast." To obey God is to humble yourself before God. You see, to humble yourself before God means that you must get on your knees and put yourself at the feet of our Jesus. Because why? That is showing pure humility. So, what do we have to do to get God to answer our prayers? Humility and God's grace are the fundamental ingredients of prayer. Prayer is an act of humility. Answering prayer is an expression of God's grace and love. In the passages of Luke 18:9-14, Jesus introduces his audience to a Pharisee boasting of all the things he had done for God, all the things that he had done for the needy, and what he had done for the public eye. Yet, though he had all these things that he thought he had done, he still called out for God and said and beat on his breast and said, "God, be merciful to me, a sinner." We have to ask ourselves, did God answer this man's prayer? Which best describes you? Are you the kind of person that has that me attitude of pride, or one who humbles himself before God and lets him control your life.
How long